Hey everybody, this is Dr. Ryan Dunlop at the completion of another amazing Full Arch Masters flagship course. Welcome to the Full Arch Masters podcast. I'm joined today with three brand new alumni to the Full Arch Masters community. Welcome to Full Arch Masters. You have almost completed your course. You maybe have a few hours left to squeeze a few things in, but just say hello and introduce yourself and where you're from and kind of what brought you to being here in Fresno.
I'm Dr. Samar Faraj. I'm from Michigan. I came to this course through the surgical advanced course in Kentucky.
Right.
Fell in love with that course and wanted to continue with the fan. Yeah.
How about you, Doug?
I'm Dr. Suk Patel. I'm an oral surgeon outside of Savannah, Georgia, a town called Statesboro. And we've been doing a lot of analog and stackable guides and everything kind of digital, but not completely digital.
Right.
And
Digilog.
Yeah,
Digilog.
Exactly, and that's why we're here.
Okay.
To learn the correct way to do it.
And to close those gaps.
That's right.
Doc.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Vidhi Patel. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina area. So my journey sort of started when I was thinking about opening my own practice, and as I was thinking about incorporating full arch in my practice, I wanted to do things a little differently than how I've been doing it elsewhere. And, I heard from a friend who's taken Full Arch Masters, and
shout out to Cindy Wynn, right?
Cindy Wynn.
Let's shout out to you, Cindy.
And, she took this course, and, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Right. And here I am.
And she actually did exactly what you're doing, because she took the course, she opened a practice, incorporated all the digital workflow, and now you took the course and you're opening a practice and you can kind of follow in her footsteps. So that's pretty cool.
Basically.
So we know how you've heard about Full Arch Masters. How did you guys hear about Full Arch Masters?
Social media.
Social.
I follow you on
I was
social
hounding you
media,
on social media.
cases, and
right.
Yeah, that's how I found it.
Okay. Finally, someone who's listening.
A friend.
A friend.
Yeah, who also highly recommended this course.
Well, I think that's kind of a testament to kind of the grassroots nature of our organization. I do a lot of outreach and a lot of education and a lot of social media, but I really don't do much like quote unquote marketing for these courses because I want it to be an organic community. I don't just want to be pulling people who are just out there shopping for whatever. I want to have people who are passionate about full arch dentistry. So you guys are at various stages in your careers, but the one thing that ties all of you together is that passion. So what did this course do for you in terms of igniting passion for full arch dentistry?
I mean, since the last course, you ignited that flame for me. You make something so challenging seem so seamless. You teach you make the treatment plan so easy and seamless for surgical implants, whether it be full arch or implants, and incorporating the digital workflow. I can't imagine doing it any other way, except your way.
Well, for a long time it wasn't this way, so I remember, and you're kind of in that zone now. So what about your passion for full arch dentistry?
I honestly wish I would have taken this course several years ago. My staff is here; they're in the lab right now, perfecting a lot of the skills for assistance on the laboratory and the preoperative planning and final records and so forth. So now that we've been through the course and we've learned kind of a digital workflow, we've already have cases lined up when we go back, and we're excited to implement what we've learned here on our patients back home. That's great.
So what's interesting about you three and why I wanted to have you three in on a discussion is, you're perfect bookends of a journey, right? So you have an established practice, you are already doing full arch cases, and you're looking to tie up all these loose ends. You're on the verge of opening a practice and you are just about to jump into it. And it's like this dream is just ignited. You're going to start your journey with this mindset. So I just wanted to talk to the three of you at the same time because it's such an interesting story right there, and what do you think you have to say to doctors out there who are at your individual stages, right? So you establish practice, looking to close gaps, about to start a practice, and then starting this whole journey. We'll start over there.
Honestly, this is the best thing I could have done before I opened because, of course, I know how to do the surgical part and learning the prosthetic side of things from someone who's done thousands of these. It opened my eyes to a lot of, even think about surgery differently, prosthetically driven. But also, because I'm opening, I need to buy everything anyway.
Right.
So why go the other way and then change it? Why not just start this way,
with this mindset? Yeah.
So I already actually bought a lot of, stuff that we would need for this workflow. And I'm just super excited to just hit the ground running with this.
You'll never know the difference because you'll have a practice that's built on this model, and you'll just be able to hit the ground running. Yeah. What about you, Doctor?
I think that's a great piece of advice that she just gave. Is you can fumble around and try to wait till you get X number of cases before you're going to start investing in the technology. But I say go ahead and start investing in technology. Pay for the courses. Come here. Bring your team. Just dive right in, because as you kind of told us in the beginning, the cases are out there. There are a lot of people in dentures and who are looking for a better life, a better solution to what they have. And the faster, the more efficient that we are as a team, we can see more patients, and we can deliver better treatment, more predictable treatment. And so I think it's best just to go right into it, make the commitment, and make life easier for you.
Right.
And learn the correct way to do it.
And what do you think you have to say to another dentist out there who's watching Full Arch Masters and doesn't understand how to even start this journey? Like, what's your perspective on that?
Well, just like what he said, he wished he did this years ago, right? So start it off right and don't waste any years. Just learn the right way, the easy way. I can't imagine doing it any other way than digital.
Right. It would be nauseating, trust me. I reached a point in my career probably around, 2017, 2018, where I sat and I looked at all these case pans on my desk. They all needed to be assembled, parts assembled, or lab slips filled out. I had to review x-rays and charts. And I was only doing half of the volume that I was doing now. And I just couldn't see a way forward. I said, is this going to be my career? I have 2-3 hours of notes and parts and pieces and ordering at the end of every day. And it was just absolutely, exhausting for me. But so that's what my motivation was, to kind of create this alternative pathway for myself, just to salvage my own well-being, really. And then as soon as I got across the threshold, I was like, I got to help as many people in my field do this because they're going to feel the same way I was. Yeah. And then Full Arch is going to just fall on its face because nobody's going to want to do it. So I really wanted to help usher in a new era. And you three are, part of that March movement now. And, so you'll be able to go and tell other people, like, don't bother with this old paradigm. You got to update. I did want to ask the three of you, I work really hard to keep this course interactive but a balance between high quality lectures and high quality patient experiences. Did you feel as though that came across, that you were able to have, live patient experiences in combination with really high impact lectures?
Absolutely. I felt like it was very interactive between not just you and us, but amongst each other and the patients and the staff. It was collaborative. It was really helpful to have everyone interact with us.
I always say that Full Arch Masters has to be a course I would take. And I'm very picky about CE because I get so bored in most courses. So we work really hard to try and keep this interactive and upbeat. And if it is lectures, it's supposed to be only like the really important stuff I would want you to hear.
Yeah, perfect balance of class size, instruction, lectures, clinical. Your staff, lab techs, all have been great. Vendors, very helpful. And so I think it's set up perfectly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would echo that. I think there was definitely a perfect balance, and also the patients receptive to us washing and letting us do certain things, scans and all. So that was great, and your staff. I mean, I'll commend to them too.
That was my next question. You led me right into it. Can we give a shout out to the Full Arch Masters team, because they're all so passionate and love what they do. And every time, think about it. We've done this course 50 times. But it still feels fresh and it still feels energetic every single time. Yeah. So
we also got fed well, I think.
That's right. Behind the scenes, we're all saying, how does he have this such a beautiful group together? Like, your staff is.
You have a great culture.
Yeah,
for sure.
Culture is important for any organization, and I think that starts with the attitude of the leadership, right? So I try to maintain a very positive, upbeat attitude about everything. But then the people who are at my, management level and coordination level, they're also very positive people. And, you can teach skill set, but you can't teach mindset. And so not a lot of people hire for mindset, they hire for skill set. And so if I meet somebody in a dental assistant or someone who's in another business, but they have the right mindset, I try to grab them. I try to get them because we can give them the skills. If you need to learn computers, you need to learn dental assisting. Those are skills that can be learned. But having that nature, that culture, is really hard to teach.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of the messages we want to give to you guys too. Is this is a team sport. What you guys all assumed a lot of knowledge, and you know how the workflow goes, but what do you think, how important is this going to be for you to disseminate this information to your existing teams or the teams you will be building, right? So what do you think about that? How important is the team aspect of this in full arch dentistry?
Oh, it's great. I mean, everybody's got, you as a doctor can only do so much. The whole team, from the moment the patient calls to get information or schedule even an appointment to when you've completed treatment, and every step along the way requires a team member with an assigned role doing their part and be comfortable doing that. So I think that forming and a good team with the skills and knowledge for what we do is crucial.
Right. I wanted to ask the two of you, you're both trained as oral surgeons, right? One of my goals is actually to try to get more oral surgeons to take this course because, you guys really are adept at surgical dentistry and you excel in operating and placing implants and everything. That's your training. And Dr. Faraj, you are on the restorative end and at the beginning, you're going to want to incorporate the surgical end. I see full arch as its own specialty really within dentistry because it's pretty much the only specialty that demands that its operators understand the surgical aspect and the prosthetic aspect in one procedure. As oral surgeons, how crucial or how important do you think understanding the prosthetic part and the laboratory part is, and how do you see yourselves incorporating that into your oral surgery practices?
I mean, it's a part of the piece of the puzzle,
right.
You can't do good surgery unless you understand the principles, right. The prosthetic side of things. So definitely important to understand that, so we can help restore the cases or even, help our referrals restore it.
Of course.
But if you don't know what we're doing, how can we help,
Yeah.
So it's definitely important. As for the lab, it's another piece to the puzzle, right? It all goes hand in hand. So as I'm thinking about, building my personal and, what I can outsource versus what I can keep in-house, I think starting out, you can definitely outsource, but eventually,
and that's where our
like
lab
you said,
kind of comes into play.
Yeah.
We're there for you to help you in your time of need if you need help. But it's interesting. The modern, I always say that the oral surgeons have to go through their own metamorphosis, just like the GPs, in order to do full arch, have to go through a metamorphosis to learn surgery and understand that. You guys have to go through a metamorphosis and almost become restoratively driven oral surgeons. That's kind of a paradigm shift, right?
Yeah, when I was training, it was just place the implant where the bone is and be done.
Right.
But, now, it's top down. I want to know what the prosthetic plan is first before I'm placing the implant, or even in a full arch case, placing all the implants. And so the prosthetic component, I think, is the most important part.
Yeah, it's the part that lives in the real world.
That's right.
The implants they do, but they're sheltered in the bone, right? It's the prosthetic that takes the abuse and transfers it to the implants. So I think it's a really interesting phenomenon. All the oral surgeons that have come through this course, their oral surgery referral business really blossoms, and they're actually almost able to turn the referral process upside down and backwards because patients start coming directly to them, and now you can start referring out to your referrals for restorations, and now you're giving your referrals back an almost finished product. And so the oral surgeons that I know very well that have adopted that kind of paradigm shift, they're doing double or triple or quadruple the number of arches in their practice because all the referring doctors want to send the cases there because they're so easy to get back. Everything fits. The bite is dialed in. Literally, those restorative dentists have to just assess the case, make a few small adjustments, and deliver a final prosthetic. It's like easier than a crown. So, it's really interesting to talk to you guys and see your mindset changing towards that. And then likewise for you, I can't wait to see you incorporating surgical skills over your development. Like, how amazing is that? Going from a restoratively driven mind to now incorporating surgery.
Yeah.
So it's your guys are at the same journey, but just opposite ends. So I found that interesting. So, really, I just want to express my gratitude to you guys because you took time out of your lives and your families and your businesses to come out here. And we put a lot into this course, and we want to make this like the best experience for you. So I appreciate you guys taking time and coming out here and spending the week here. I hope you got a lot out of the course. From the bottom of my heart, from my team, we really appreciate you taking that.
Likewise.
I mean, right back at you.
Yes,
who takes all this effort to put together a course like this?
Yes.
I
kudos.
I appreciate that.
So much gratitude from us.
Well, then the feeling is mutual. We all just our gratitude. So anyways, thank you for coming all the way out here and spending the week. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Full Arch Masters podcast. This is Dr. Ryan Dunlop, again at a conclusion of another stellar, amazing Full Arch Masters flagship course. I cannot believe we keep filling these courses. We keep delivering at the highest level. This is year 5 for this. So, there is really no better place that I can imagine to get a full spectrum mastering of the implant game like Full Arch Masters. So check us out online at fullarchmasters.com. Check us out on all the socials. If you want to change your career, just come here and experience what we can offer, and we will usher in a new era of dentistry for you. So see you soon. Have a fantastic day, and thank you for tuning into the Full Arch Masters podcast.